Hey there, Charlie here. I need to talk to you about what is happening right now. Okay. So, today for us, it is the 13th of August. Yesterday was the nice big solar eclipse. Only got a partial eclipse here in the Rhinebeck area, but where do I even start? How First of all, do you like my hoodie? It's new. Okay, end of list. I'm trying to remember where I got it from. Greater Cause, or I don't know, one of those things where you buy the hoodie and proceeds go to, in this case, the animal charity. I just have so many things to update you on, and it's going to be a little scattered here, okay? Um, because okay, God, first and foremost, had a meeting with PNC. Mabel is I guess not a no, but it's a not right now. They could not find adequate, appropriate, whatever it is, the word, housing. There sort of isn't really housing for folks with animals in general, but it was a long shot. And actually, the act of asking, in and of itself, did help to boost. And the experiences that I've continued to have since have also been very helpful and very regulating. So her is like that really critical, oh, I need, and this is, I can't cope and I need to leave. Well, I mean, Omega finally has started to shift in the, ah, so what I know I came here to be experiencing is now here. Those feelings have sort of arrived, and I've also gotten a considerable amount of physical touch in the last week. And is just that is just regulating for me. So there's that. Yesterday there was an ice cream social for staff to kind of mark the whole halfway, woo, you know. Delightful, Ben and Jerry's, if you're curious. And then the new cart that we had for guest services, the battery caught fire. It was here for 6 days, and the battery caught fire. I was not on the cart at the time. Yeah, yeah. We were also excited to get a new cart because it doesn't happen very often at all. I know this is riveting content, but I'm trying to sort of build up to it because last night I actually recorded a different video, but I had 10 milligrams of THC gummy, and I was recounting the events of the evening as I had experienced them, as we had experienced them, that had nothing to do with what was happening outside of these four walls. And while I did actually really like the content of the video a lot, there's a good reason to watch all your stuff, always, especially when you've got a whole family and guides and everyone who's just sort of helping you along with it, right? Things with my husband officially ended a couple weeks ago. We are now Bexes, bestie exes, friends, trying to navigate this life as we move our way out of this 2-decade-long marriage. It's complicated. There's other videos about it. I'm not getting into it right now. And we spent the weekend On the Ocean in Portland, Maine, because we'd already gotten the tickets, and it's a thing this is the 4th time we've been. And it kind of really did, I don't know, it did shift. It shifted something for us. And the thing is, right before we left, like the day before, this guy here, who works here at Omega, who I've known since I got here. I always thought he was cute, but like I've always kept him at like, oh, you're definitely not going to be interested in me. And I knew that other women were interested in him, and it just, it just felt very much like, okay, well, you're definitely not going to be like into this. So I'm gonna not think about you. I'm very good at compartmentalizing. So that happened for the entire time I've been here. He came up to me, told me he'd seen one of my videos, which like swoon, right? And it had been one of the videos where I was kind of breaking down and was like, I need touch. I need Mabel. And he offered to cuddle. I'd given up on asking anyone to cuddle. Kind of had for a while. But he just said, if you really are feeling that badly and what you need is cuddling, it's not really a thing that I've done, obviously outside of romantic relationships, but cuddle's available, basically. And I hugged him, and I made plans for when I got back to just hang out and cuddle. Just truly, if you have not just hung out and laid down and just loved, just show some of that like, hey, I got you feelings. It's a very cool way to get very vulnerable really quickly with your conversation. That's why I love it. I love it so much. And so I got back, we hung out, cuddled, found out so much more about him than I'd been able to find out in the, conversations and staff dining and the, less than 30 seconds of an interaction, right? Realized, oh boy, this guy is awesome. And sort of tentatively made plans to meet up again. And then the next day, yesterday, solar eclipse energy day, we met up to just, it wasn't even really like a let's meet up to cuddle thing. It was just, I don't even remember how we got back here, to be honest. He was just walking me home, basically, because we met up at dinner, and he was sort of just walking me home, and more cuddling, more talking, joking, the banter. Oh, right, I'd gotten high. I'd taken 10 milligrams of a weed gummy. I haven't gotten high since February. I purchased some legally because I only do gummies. I don't do any other stuff. And when I get high, it just kind of enables more channeling. So I'm basically just working extra. And the entire time I even told him, it's like, oh, the high's kicking in, just so you know, I become a fountain of just all the information coming out of me. It's like a truth serum. I'm already a very open person, but when I'm high, it's just everything. And thanks to being tapped into the Akashic realm, be careful what questions you ask, sort of. Or enjoy. Either way, I don't shut the fuck up. I don't stop talking. And he was like matching my conversational, not only speed, but just what we were talking about. I asked him what he liked to do. And there were plenty of other things, but he said, like, I like watching trains. And that just endeared me so much to him in that moment, because I was just like, I love to watch trains too. And all I could think, it was just like a continued conversation for me internally, but then like sometimes to him, kept asking him questions. And I'm like, do you like being on trains or just like watching trains? Okay. Do you like, because there's like an old like steam train around here. Have you ever like considered it? And then later he's like, oh, I never asked him about the cog train that's in like New Hampshire. It's like, is it just all trains? Is it the active, whatever? I can talk trains. And all I wanted, I had just all these ideas for just ways to try to bring him joy in that. Because I just love I love trying to make dreams come true, even if they're not like dreams. Just I like making life fun for myself, for any of the people that I spend any time with. Fun, joyful, healing, helpful, meaningful. I know that I'm not the one providing that. I also enjoy curating a good time. And the fact that that was how I instantaneously felt with him, like, it's been a slower burn with most other people. I've been really guarded. And again, I was THC'd, away from being inhibited, but it all just was flowing so beautifully. I overshared so much, completely overwhelmed the boy. Like, we're not hanging out today, mainly because, like, two straight days with this it's a lot when you're not used to it. Especially when the second day was like high, like, come on. I overwhelmed that poor boy. I really did. And I quite literally got to have conversations that I had 2 years ago with someone I didn't know who. I was in a trance channel state. It was a multi-day one. And when that happens, you just pull in any information you can. And if what you're pulling in is to anchor something into a future timeline, future potential thing, at least how I was doing it and how I still do it sometimes, it truly does actually happen through a trance channel state and through basically like reading through the Akashic record of the event, of the thing that happens in this future, potential future experience. Sort of just to physically play test it a little bit in terms of, is this right? Does this feel nice? Does this feel appropriate? Because there's 5 of us in here, also on the body's like continued timeline. It just takes a lot of maneuvering and a lot of contract negotiation, really, which is just a spiritual termed way of saying like the physics of life are constantly in flux anyway, and when you have harmony that you're needing to create, to co-create with the internal family that you've got going on, well, once you start learning how to channel and you can start pulling things through, you can get a little bit more specific with some of your manifesting. That's all. Been working on that for a couple of years. The research is going great. I mean, brought me to the Omega Institute. I've had a rough, like, mid-season for sure. And I am so scared. I am terrified. And like right now, I'm terrified because of just how absolutely incredible spending the last 2 days with him has felt. Some of you will understand this. He is a Steve Irwin type of man. Steve Irwin type of man. Not only are those rare, but that was in the childhood future partner, please universe, give me this. Like, the thing that like I said, the bucket list, but like, no, like the dream board, never made one of those, but kid us crushing hard on Steve Irwin going, now that's a man. Now that's the kind of man that I want as a husband. Not necessarily in the like wrestling alligators kind of way, just what he exuded in every moment. I didn't exactly have safe, loving, passionate men in my life as a child. So and not for nothing, but like, we kissed. There was just physical touch. It was so, there was so much consent involved. There was so much gentleness and respect for boundaries, and all I continue to think is, I just want to cuddle with you in perpetuity. And I am so terrified that in a couple days you're gonna walk into my room and respectfully say no thank you to this. Hence why I'm actively trying to be cool. And Omega and the people here are providing in ways that are just so helpful, because coworker and friend mentioned that she was going to see a Mary Oliver documentary tonight. She was just going to go by herself, and I was like, I want to go. I invited myself, and now I get to spend the evening watching a really cool documentary with one of the coolest people I've ever met. She's so cool. So many people here are so cool. Like when you just kind of sit back for a minute, you just sort of take it in. You're just like, I am in awe, and I feel so shitty that I've spent a month being so depressed, and it's like, it's none of y'all, and it's not here. It's all the shit that I've been churning up and pulling through. And yeah, I'm very glad that I did chuck it out of myself before the last 2 days happened here. That's why it's very weird to be so low energy, because I've been riding high on this, and also I'm so giddy with it. And seriously, fuck, there is no world in which I have secure attachment I think ever with a person outside of my body. Yeah, little too much rejection, little too much no, not you, which is also just another way of saying rejection. I don't have a lot of safe. I don't have a lot of. I have a safe. It's my Bex. He's amazing. But even that's been rejection heavy, because I'm not his wife. Patricia was his wife. She died. Integrated, but died. To see pain in the eyes of your husband when he looks at you, when you have all the files in here on not only what it looked like for him to love, but for what his entire central nervous system used to do whenever he was interacting with one of your internal family members. Ooh, it hurts. It's just this perpetual, I'm not like an I'm not good enough for you, just a, yeah, I'm not who you want. I'm never who you want, because who you want can't come back. You can talk to her. I can do mediumship. I spent a year getting mediumship channels turned on in here. It was a process, but you don't believe in mediumship, and you think that what I do is kind of crazy. It's been a really hard couple of years, and the concept of trusting good things. To be honest with you, the you can't bring Mabel here conversation, it hurt. I'm crying a little bit right now because it hurt. And also, it was deeply relieving, because this whole morning I've had that energy of no and connection connection no. You know? And for it to be something that was definitely always a long shot anyway, And she's perfectly happy at home. It's me who needs her, you know? But like, I'm scared of how happy the last 2 days have made me because I'm terrified of overwhelming somebody that doesn't really know us. Because I don't really know how to be subtle. And I have no idea where this is going. I'm certainly not thinking in terms of long-term anything right here, right now. At the moment, I am just day to day trying to navigate. Please just, can I feel a little bit more secure before you decide you're done? And that's not a fair thing to think about a person that I don't know that well. It's making a lot of presumptions based on nothing that he's given me. So, okay, I'm back to my baseline of sad. That realm makes sense to me. Just sort of appreciating the fact that I got to experience at least a couple of days so far of one of the most aligned connections I have made here. The kissing was delightful, but it was the conversation and just everything that made it that way. And the kissing was actually really, really good. like really good. Not that you needed to know that. Sorry. I hope to make something with him that involves a camera and directing and seeing what happens when, I don't know, do some level of like life improv with him. I think I can capture some pretty fun magical stuff because like I can see him hosting a program, a series on YouTube, and I kind of would like to make it about Omega, whether it's a one documentary or it is a little series about some of the critters here. See what I mean? Steve Irwin type. Okay. I feel like that's enough of me being all like mushy, maybe. And I do need to go cry because I am meeting up with my friend to go see the Mary Oliver documentary, and I'm very excited about that. Things have shifted globally, and I know we can all feel it, but especially since getting rid of that house. I was right. Life will change and very rapidly. Let's all maybe hope together that it will keep changing in the direction of, well, everything I was asking for. Would you like a recap of what that was? Because I made it into a little manifestation art thing. So let's see. Let's see how we're doing here. I also did a group Akashic thing about exactly the last 2 days, like a month ago. Here's hoping that that stuff continues to work, because what do I want now and after Omega? Cuddles. That's what that one is. Love, but sex, to be honest with you. Yeah. Still haven't gotten to the sex part, but, you know, we're well on our way. Financial abundance, financial independence, not needing to make decisions based on money because money is a flowing. Could be related to, but not necessarily part of YouTube growth and becoming a person that people know from YouTube. Hi. Feel free to share this or any video, ever. And then this is just like chats, people asking like, hey Charlie, you want to, whatever, come hang out with us, friends. Pretty basic stuff, but not what was happening in my life. And I want it. Like, I recognize the, like, you're not even divorced. You just got out of this relationship. Just be alone. Like, I don't really want to be. I didn't come back here to be alone. Been alone our whole lives in so many ways. Been very alone the last couple of years in so many ways. Internally too. No, I want to have fun. Slightly reckless fun. Last night was reckless. Reckless with my heart. Reckless with our body. A little bit. One should not get high for the first time in months and then bring a gentleman back to your room you do not know very well. Unless and until you've had many internal conversations about boundaries and the person that you're with is a deeply, deeply safe person to be with. So, if you're also in that reckless energy, I hope that you do something like go get your ears pierced. Because you've always wanted to. Not really reckless, right? Just fuck it. This feels good. In as wholesome of a way as you can. That's my formula. Okay, well. I want so badly to tell you so much more about this person, about what's going on, about just everything. And yeah, let's not forget, we started this conversation by me telling you that our freaking cart caught on fire. Oh, that was actually one. Okay, fine. We're circling back to that. That happened like right down there, and based on the reports of the timing, that was roughly when we started kissing, actually. Just, I think the timing of that's really funny. We started kissing and a cart just went. We didn't cause it, but it feels fun. Like, oh, while you all were dealing with that, I was in heaven. It was spectacular. I'm so sorry that our days were not, well, our days were pretty balanced, I guess. Everyone out there didn't hear, just a very different kind of balance. That's okay. Lots of people have been having really wonderful days while I've been having my worst ones. Balance. That's what we do here. Okay. I am really gonna go. I hope to share more about this. Time will tell if he watches this video. I don't see why he would, but you know, what can I say? I'm an open something. Discerning. I deleted the video that I made last night. It was really just for us anyway. So we could watch ourselves later and be like, oh yeah, girl, you got it. Like, yeah, I do. And I'm terrified by that. And I also like watching trains too. I really want to see. I really want to just. I just want to go explore trains with him now. Damn it. When you ask for love and you get anything that's even kind of love, like, only to realize, oh, I do not appear to have the capacity to hold all of this without freaking the fuck out at all moments of all day. Except I didn't. I only started freaking out, well, after they gave me the news about Mabel. Mainly just as a, oh, right. Reality is not everything good all the time. Why would it be? Why would it be? You don't trust everything good all the time anyway, Charlie. You trust I get a little bit of good and then it's bad. And I handle it bad. And I'm rough and I'm tough and I'm resilient. Rah. Oh. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Are most people like sad when they're happy? Is that us? Is that just humans now? Is that what we are? Cool. Awesome. Great. So fun. So fun. And also so fun. Eclipses. What the hell is the one that's going to be 6 minutes long next year going to be like? I need to get my ass to Spain. Anybody want like this to come speak or like do some healing or something at a whatever place can see the solar eclipse next August? Please like get me on your list to do something, because like these hands are magic. We do healings. We do Akashic record stuff, and we can do it as a group. And trust me, solar eclipses, they're kind of one of the things that we're attuned to when it comes to life experiences. Yep. We ride the waves that come off. We surf them. We ride the waves that come off of solar eclipse energy. I mean, I can tell you what that means if you ask questions. I don't ask questions anymore. It's too much. But I can tell you what it means. And I can tell you what it means for you. So, please and thank you. Never been to Spain. Just feel like going to Spain. So, okay. I'm actually going to leave now. It's been over 32 minutes, and you're a warrior for watching this one. May whatever it is that's heavy on your heart lighten. It's going to. Keep following my content, because something good is happening. Even if I'm terrified of it, lots of really good things are genuinely just popping off now. When you entangle with that kind of energy, you ride those waves too. So, have fun surfing. I love you. I do have a book, The Consciousness Explorer's Handbook. PDF's on my website. The hardback's on Amazon, as is a Kindle. Website soulharmonyconnection@gmail.com. Nope, that's an email. Website is soulharmonyconnection.com. Feel free to email me if you have a need, a question. I have an Akashic question. Can you tap into my records and answer it? Sure, here's your answer, and here's a PayPal donation link. Pay or don't, I don't care. I'll answer it though. So, love you. Thank you for watching. Yeah. I needed a nice deep breath. I hope you got one too. We'll talk soon. Okay. Bye.